Making requests: can, could, will, and would. There are many ways of making requests in English. Can you help me please? Could you help me please? Or will you pass the salt please? Would you pass the salt please? So here we made a request with can, could, will, and would. Would you mind helping me please? Can I speak to you please? Could I ask you a question? Do you mind if I open the window? Would you mind if I open the window? Can, could, will, and would are all modal verbs. Making offers: will and shall, should. You know that should is the past form of shall. Making offers with will and shall, should. Will and shall, should are used to express offers. They are used to express offers. They are both modal verbs. The contracted form of will is used to express an intention, decision, or offer made at the moment of speaking. Again, the contracted form of will يعني مختصر. المodal verb will is, when you write it, is apostrophe double L. So it is used to express an intention, تعبر عن النية أو الهدف, intention, decision, القرار, or offer أو عرض made at the moment of speaking. يعني intention decision offer is made at the moment of speaking. For example, come over after work. I'll cook dinner for you. Come over after work. I'll cook dinner for you. Made at the moment of speaking. It's Jane's birthday today, is it? I'll buy her some flowers. So when somebody said it's Jane's birthday today, someone answered at the moment of speaking, is it? I'll buy her some flowers. Here is the contracted form of will. Give him your suitcase. He'll carry it for you. He'll carry it for you. Don't worry about catching the bus. They will give you a lift. Give it back or we'll call the police. So this contracted form of will is used to express an intention or decision or offer made at the moment of speaking. Match a line in A with a line in B. Who is talking? Number 1. Could you bring us the bill, please? Could you bring us the bill, please? The answer is yes, sir. I'll bring it right away. So here is number 1. Yes, sir. I'll bring it right away. Would you give me your work number? Number 2. Would you give me your work number? The answer is of course. Oh, shall I give you my mobile number too? That is number 2. Can I help you? Can I help you? Number 3. The answer is just looking, thanks. 2 large coffees, please. The answer is white or black. Number 5. Can you tell me the code for Paris, please? The answer is one moment, I'll look it up. Number 6. I'll give you a lift if you like. The answer is that would be great. Could you drop me off at the library? Number 7. Would you mind opening the window? Would you mind opening the window? The answer is no problem. It's stuffy in here. No problem. It's stuffy in here. Could I have extension 238, please? The answer is that's lines engaged. يعني هذا الخط مشغول. would you like to hold? Would you like to hold? هل ترغب أن تنتظر? So number 8 is that lines engaged. Would you like to hold? For and against. Read the text. Replace the underlined words and phrases with those in the box. Here we have, in my opinion, one advantage is that, for instance, one disadvantage is that, pros and cons, all things considered, finally, in conclusion, in fact, another point is that, moreover. So we are going to replace the underlined words with those in the box. Childhood, the best time of your life. هذا الريدنج عن الطفولة. First paragraph. Some people say that childhood is the best time of your life. However, being a child has both advantages and disadvantages. يعني إيجابيات and سلبيات. إيجابيات والسلبيات. So the right word for advantages and disadvantages from the box is pros and cons. Pros and cons means advantages and disadvantages. Paragraph number 2. On the plus side, you have very few responsibilities. For example, you don't have to go to work, pay bills, or do the shopping, cooking, or cleaning. This means you have plenty of free time to do whatever you want. Watch TV, play on the computer, go out with friends, play sports, or pursue other hobbies. Pursue here means يعني هي اكو عدة معاني لها، لكن هنا بهذا الباراجراف it means يمارس or pursue other hobbies. On top of that, public transport, cinema, and sports centers cost much less for children. All in all, being a child is an exciting part of life. Sorry, the line is hidden. So, on the plus side means المرادف إلها from the box. One advantage is that. On the plus side, the underlined phrase here means one advantage is that. And for example, here the underlined word or phrase for example means for instance. For instance. And the underlined phrase here, all in all. Sorry. On top of that, the underlined phrase here, on top of that, means another point is that. On top of that means another point is that. All in all means all things considered. All things considered. Paragraph number 3. However, for every plus there is a minus. For every plus there is a minus. For one thing, you have to spend all day at school studying usually means you have to do homework and you have to take exams. What is more, you may have a lot of free time, but you are rarely allowed to do whatever you want. You usually have to ask your parents if you can do things, from going shopping in town to staying out late or meeting friends. Last of all, although there are often cheaper prices for children, things are still expensive and parents are not always generous with pocket money. There is never enough to do everything you want. The reality is that sometimes there is not enough to do anything at all. So here, the phrase for one thing here means one disadvantage is that. One disadvantage is that. And the phrase what is more What is more means moreover. What is more, here the underlined phrase means moreover. And last of all, the underlined phrase here, last of all, means finally. Last of all means finally. And the reality is that means in fact. Means in fact. Paragraph number 4. To sum up, although some people see childhood as the best time in life, I think that children have no real choice, independence, or money. Nevertheless, it is true that choice, money, and independence all bring responsibilities and restrictions which increase with age. So, the phrase here, to sum up, means in conclusion. To sum up means in conclusion. And I think that, the phrase I think that means in my opinion. I think that means in my opinion. So to sum up means in conclusion, and I think that means in my opinion. Here match the pros and cons. شنو قلنا معنى البروز and cons؟ means advantages and disadvantages. Advantages and disadvantages. Match the pros with the cons. The pros. You don't, number one, don't have to go to work. That is an advantage. You don't have to go to work. When we match it with the cons, with the disadvantage, here the disadvantage of number one, don't have to go to work. The cons of it, the cons of you don't have to go to work is need to ask your parents' permission. Needs to ask your parents' permission. So this is number one, the cons of number one. Number two, can go out with friends. Can go out with friends. Sorry. If the pros of don't have to go to work means the cons of you don't have to go to work means have to go to school all day. Have to go to school all day. So number one is the cons of number one is have to go to school all day. Number two, the pros can go out with friends. The pros can go out with friends. The cons is need to ask your parents' permission. Need to ask your parents' permission. Number three, don't have to cook and clean. Don't have to cook and clean. It is a pros. The cons of don't have to cook and clean. The cons is have to do homework and take exam. Have to do homework and take exam. Cost number four, costs less to do things. Costs less to do things. The cons are never given enough pocket money. The cons of number four are never given enough pocket money.